Alright, thanks for clicking on the video. This is Gulpane. I think the camera's focused. And today I'm just going to do a quick video with a little question that I would like people to, if possible, people to answer in the comments or do a video response yourself. So the question is, what are 5 games you could not wait to play? So basically, I remember there was a couple of games where I really wanted, like after I played the first one, I really wanted to play the second one. I couldn't wait. So sometimes they were like, they weren't out yet and I had to wait a long time, or sometimes they were out and I just went straight and bought them after that. So I've got 5 here that I'm going to mention and talk about, and then I'm looking forward to hearing some other people's as well. So the first one then is Final Fantasy VIII. So I played Final Fantasy VII, but it was like I remember I was very young, and I remember seeing like the ads for Final Fantasy VII where it was like the FNV, and like Sephiroth was in the fire and everyone was like, oh my god, this looks amazing. But I didn't play Final Fantasy VII when it first came out because, I don't know, I just didn't like the look of it because it was very blocky and stuff. Plus I preferred more of the, like I was very young, like, but I preferred more of like the sprite-based games at the time. I remember, like, I liked Symphony of the Night and Suikoden or Suikoden. I liked those kind of games, so I didn't really like acclimate to the 3D games as much. But then I played Final Fantasy VII, loved it, and then I had to get Final Fantasy VIII. Then I absolutely loved it, and I didn't agree. People like were complaining, like later on. I've heard like people when they reviewed Final Fantasy VIII about like the music isn't as good as Final Fantasy VII, or you know, like the story isn't as good. I think Final Fantasy VIII is amazing. I'd actually nearly rather, if there wasn't so much to do in Final Fantasy VII and the characters weren't so memorable, I think I'd rather Final Fantasy VIII, because like, I don't know, I prefer when the characters like look like normal size. Like in Final Fantasy VII, the characters, like original Final Fantasy VII, the characters are sort of like blocky and they're not chibi, but they look like kids and stuff. So I prefer like the more realistic proportions of Final Fantasy VIII. But still, 2 top games. And then the second one then, again, this was out after, I didn't get this when it came out first, because I didn't know about it. But I remember in Ireland I went to this shop, it was called Golden Discs, and I got this game Shadow Hearts, and it was like amazing. It was such a good game. I think it was like €10 or something. It was really cheap. It was absolutely top drawer game, and I played it to death. So then I wanted to get the second one, and then I couldn't, like, obviously I couldn't buy it online, because you couldn't buy stuff online very easily back then. So I had to sort of just wait until it like came into a game shop, and then I saw it in like a Tesco or something, or I can't remember, I saw it somewhere anyway, Shadow Hearts 2 Covenant, and I bought it straight away, and it was like, I think it was like 35, 40 euros. That was like really expensive at the time for me, because I was used to like getting games and then trading them in, but then not paying that much for them. Plus I was like a kid, so you know, 40 euros is a lot of money. Yeah, Shadow Hearts 2 is awesome. I don't know which is better, Shadow Hearts 2 or Shadow Hearts 1. They're very, very similar. Same characters and all that. The battle system is very similar. The story is kind of good. I think I like the story better in the first one, where you go to like the zombie town and stuff. So, but yeah, 2 great games. And then number 3 then for me would be Resident Evil 5. So I remember, like, I loved Resident Evil 1, 2 and 3. Loved Resident Evil 4. I don't really like Resident Evil 4 anymore, but I've got the remake, so I need to play that and see what it's like. But yeah, I couldn't wait for Resident Evil 5 to come out. It was so exciting, like, to see you know, like 2-player at the same time Resident Evil. So, you know, because the other Resident Evil games you had to switch between the characters, or you played one character at a time. But to play 2 at the same time was amazing. So I had a PlayStation 2 when it came out, because I only got like, I think I got like an Xbox 360 in 2010. Yeah, it was out for like years, but I was still like, you know, still with the PS2. But I remember me and my friend went halves for an Xbox 360. We were in university, and we got the Resident Evil 5 like with it, so we got a second controller and just played Resident Evil 5 non-stop, top drawer. Although I didn't like that it was in letterbox mode. I thought they could have used the entire screen, but oh well, what can you do? And then another one, then I was waiting, number 4. I was waiting forever for this to come out, because Broken Sword is one of my favourite series, and I was basically I had played Broken Sword 1 and 2 to death. Broken Sword 3 was okay, Broken Sword 4 was okay, but then Broken Sword 5 then was kind of like returning to what Broken Sword 1 and 2 are, the kind of cartoony, kind of 2-dimensional kind of look, although it is, I don't know, it is kind of 3D, but you don't move around in 3D. Well, maybe you do actually, but it's not as 3D as Broken Sword 3 or 4. It's sort of like the cartoony old style. So I was looking forward to that. So I remember when it came out, I got the PC version first, because I couldn't get the PS4 version, because I couldn't find it in any of the shops. I think it was like, because I was living in Scotland at the time in university, and the main shops there were like Game Station and Game. So it wasn't in Game, and there was only a PC copy of it in Game Station. So I picked up the PC copy and then realised like it wouldn't work on my PC that I had. So then I went and I eventually got a PS4 copy then. So yeah, Broken Sword 5, what a game. Just such a top drawer game. And then the last one then, number 5 for me, is New Super Mario Brothers. So I really like the, you know, like the original Mario Brothers, like the 2D one, and then Mario World, the 3D one on the Nintendo, and then the Super Nintendo one. So I kind of like, I didn't play the 3D ones, like the ones on the GameCube. I didn't really play those at all, although I have them on Switch now. The 2-pack, or is it 3 of them? Anyway, I can't remember. The Galaxy, I know those are the ones on the Wii. Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2, I think. So I have those on the Switch, so I want to try them, but I didn't really play the 3D Mario games that much. I played a little bit of Super Mario 64 on the DS, but that's not a good, you know, a good way to play it, because you need the kind of analog stick to control the camera. But yeah, New Super Mario Brothers then. I got a DS in the charity shop for like £15, and I was looking at the games. I was more like kind of I was more like in touch with like the PlayStation and the Xbox at the time. But then I saw like New Super Mario Brothers, and I thought it was like, oh no, it's another one of those 3D ones. But it wasn't. It was like a 2D one. So then I couldn't wait to play it, so I bought it straight away. I think that was actually the first game I bought on when I got the DS first. Was New Super Mario Brothers, and then later I got like Chrono Trigger and Super Mario 64. But yeah, so the 2D Mario Brothers, what I love, and then they brought out loads of them. Then like the second one was very good as well, and then the one on the Wii, and then the one on the like even like Super Mario Wonder and all that. So they're still bringing out sort of the 2D Mario games, and I think those are kind of the best ones. There is a kind of oversaturation of it at the moment, or sorry, not the moment, a few years ago when they brought out like too many of them, but what can you do? So that's 5 games I couldn't wait to play. So let me know if you got a few games you couldn't wait to play when you were either a child gamer like I was, or an adult gamer like I am now. And yeah, do a video response, or let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, see you next video, adios.